Now, just a couple of days ago, Makeda, there was this issue within Ghana there, the rent in places like Accra, Akoso, a lot of people were complaining. Makeda, the Honorable Hawa Kunsimpokra, Nyakunya Kade. If you check the rents with regards to other countries like Canada and Australia, one rent no Yahoo. Was so nka Ghana pokra yɛnti pokɔ yi kra. Nkɔfo bebree ɔkasa tie ba doctor mu ba mi na ɔtie nsɛm no nyinaa na wafa a way to solve all dama problems ni. Ɔfa mi afa gutum afa mi nkosi. Mamazana unsaka video ya, mamazana share video. Na ewia like video no fam. Nhwɛ video.
Who collect a year or 2 years of prepaid rent from potential tenants.
Bɛyɛ mfie aduasa kɔ aduanan nie no. Adan han ne rent won sensem e wo kurom a na ya asefem. Emi bi etwam na ente saa. E na wokɔ han dan a gye sɛ wokɔ gye bosia na wo de han dan.
Chue sani ele agbeni ele fe ahunto. Ina aboni ma fehe. Money ni ana lo ni ma fe ele fe fe lawe ke chika afen aba.
O me ko fe de ka fe valo fe ton ko yola o ma high ko na wo.
O bi bien dele la welcome. Wo yen gela me de yuni. Yuni yuma ta. Yuni yuma ta ma. Wala kale en ton la sala la ngo ka de pala la.
It is clear that there are a lot of youth who, when they finish school, just trying to rent accommodation is a big problem. But someone who is finished school and just starting a job doesn't have those savings to pay all these huge demands. And this is why government has decided to come in and bridge this market failure by setting up a national rental assistance scheme.
This national rental scheme for young people has the following features. It will provide loans to Ghanaian youth at very, very low interest so that you can pay for rental accommodation. Now, the monies will be paid. Landlords who desire to rent homes will register under the scheme. The advanced rent of 2 years or 3 years will be paid directly to the landlord. And you, the beneficiary youth, will just pay monthly payments to the scheme.
You have a fundamental challenge in the housing sector, which is the huge housing deficit of 1.8 million housing units. This has created a huge demand and supply imbalance, which as of now favors the landlords.
We spend close to 5 months in discussing the modalities and how it's to be implemented with different stakeholders.
It is in view of this that the government of President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, in fulfillment of its 2020 manifesto promise to the good people of Ghana, is implementing the National Rental Assistance Scheme to, among others, facilitate and increase access to safe, secure, and affordable rental housing for lower income households and the youth across the country.
With the implementation of the National Rental Assistance Scheme, the government of Ghana is taking a step towards ensuring that every citizen has access to decent, affordable, and secure accommodation.
As a tenant union fronting more than 18 million tenants in this country, hearing such an initiative, it's mind-blowing, and we are in support of it. We are ready to push it and help government to the levels that it can, to make sure we are successful, because it's what tenants need now.
To become a beneficiary of the National Rental Assistance Scheme, qualified persons are expected to identify a property of their preference and notify the scheme through the NRAS online portal.
I'd like to use this opportunity to thank the President, His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, for this people-centered policy intervention that seeks to address the long suffering of many Ghanaians who find it difficult to pay rent advance of 1 year and more.
For more information, visit www.nras.gov.gh or contact 0551 341515 or 0550 408 879 or 0209 089 388 or 0209 089 790, or visit the NRAS offices in selected cities across the country. National Rental Assistance Scheme, making renting accessible for all.
National Rental Assistance Scheme. Then Rabbi to solve a particular problem.
And the conversation has been that Dr. Mahama Bawumia should not be given the chance to lead the nation because one, we're failing on any boss by, and yes, I can understand. Now, the question that for a passive comment, it kept ringing a bell in my ears is that if not Bawumia, why Mahama? And this question, I don't care. You can be angry by just me asking you this question, but I want you to ponder over the question very well. Say, if not Bawumia, why must it be Mahama? This country, just like every other nation, democracy has a way of always making sure say two parties be anymore. And politics in this country has become a culture and a way of life of the people. It's no more about ideologies. Oko America, Obe the Democrats and the Republicans, Obe UK, the Labour and the Conservative, Obe other. So it's become like democracy has a way of always tilting now. Two-party states be sort of once in a while, then you get, just like Benin, you will get an independent candidate coming on top. And from the next election, I do not see any chance be as any independent candidate to be able to be leading the nation. I don't see it. The people are not angry to that point. It's a statement of fact. I don't care. Now, say we are supposed to choose between John Dramani Mahama and Dr. Mahama Bawumia. And people are saying that Mahama Bawumia on the boss are banned and the boss are failing. Yes, it's true. It's true. I agree with you guys. Dr. Mahama Bawumia is the vice president, which is a ceremonial role. And that of the president, Akufo-Addo. Akufo-Addo has failed woefully. But let's look on the other side. And Professor Mills and John Dramani Mahama, the Bayana John Mahama, the vice president of the Republic. Who doesn't know that Professor Mills' reign, he was so unpopular with the people. Professor Mills' reign, he had failed woefully. Professor Mills' reign, he had no 2012 election. No, people thought that he would have lost. 18 and years, and yes, I did to say, it's true, because we believe that Professor Mills was very unpopular. The policies had not found favor with the people. And for that matter, Professor Mills would have lost woefully, all other things being equal. That is how come John Dramani Mahama won with a very slim margin, which ended up in court because the margins were not too cute. So in this case, if Obin the boss, Obin the boss, Ban the boss, be failure, we should not vote for. By that logic, if not Bawumia, why did we give Mahama the chance? Say, I don't know if you get the. So Bawumia and the boss are failing. John Mahama and the boss and the boss are failing. We gave John Mahama the chance. Now John Mahama comes in as the substantive president with all the executive powers under Article 58 of the Constitution. Then he gives us another substandard governance, and nobody should think that because Akufo-Addo is failing, then automatically John Dramani Mahama gave us some superficial, some supernatural governance, some extraordinary governance. John Dramani Mahama never gave us any extraordinary governance. And please, when I say this thing, it's not an insult to John Dramani Mahama, but his governance was not any. It was very substandard. It was very usual. It was very normal leadership. So if John Mahama as vice, the boss Philly, John Mahama as now substantive, he gave us very usual. The only reason John Mahama has had the moral turpitude to come back and say that he wants to lead this nation is because Akufo-Addo has failed woefully, and he keeps washing John Dramani Mahama white. So the question I'm asking is that if Obin in the boss will fail, me a man a chance. How much more the one in the boss will fail here? No one know my man also fail here. Why do you think if not Bawumia, it should be Mahama? It's a question I'm asking. Akufo-Addo is the only person that has watched John Dramani Mahama white, not because John Mahama gave us any exceptional leadership, because in Nipa 1 million, they were not mad people. They were people that could reason. So if not Bawumia, why John Mahama? And the question I have you, I'm just asking it legitimately. And you see, I don't agree that anybody has a birthright to a second term in office. No, it is not a birthright. You can only get a second term when you have performed creditably. And for that matter, I believe that Akufo-Addo should at no point be given the second term. It's my opinion. But we gave it to him. And now Dr. Mahama Bawumia is coming and you are saying, one in the boss, never, and the boss should not fail it. But if not him, why Mahama? And most uncle for na the and you guys, I'm not scared of these things, so you shouldn't try to even scare me with that nonsense because it won't work. We all have a country to protect. We all have to ask questions. Yes, you say that we should not give it to Dr. Mahama. Ordinarily, I agree with you that Dr. Bawumia Akufo-Addo. But this is a case where this person on the other side, we've given him the chance as vice president and the chance as president in any of that. Then they say, oh, Dr. Mahama Bawumia says that, is it not a known fact that Dr. Mahama Bawumia has said it publicly that he believes electronic transactions must not be taxed? Then people say that why did he not resign? How was that even possible? If he had resigned, he surely wouldn't have had the chance to come and lead the NPP and be able to. And we know that during the reign of Professor J.E. Mills, it was a known fact that Koko Anyidowu and the rest did not give a rat ass about John Dramani Mahama. Why did he also not resign? Why? He contemplated from all the whispers from the corridors of power. He contemplated on several occasions to resign because now Professor Mills boys in there around, and that is how come John Dramani Mahama buy. Or happened Professor Mills' vision and on chatter in the path as a man of his own. In one breath, you are saying that Dr. Mahama Bawumia would have become a puppet of Akufo-Addo. But now he comes in and says that I'm going to be my own man. And E-Levy, yes, it's a known fact. During the whole of E-Levy conversation, Dr. Mahama Bawumia was quiet. And his silence was very loud that everybody knew that he was not in support of that nonsense. He had said it publicly on Kwame Sefakan show. Say, well, no, on pay e-levy.
Who can say over 200 million transactions? Are we taxing mobile money because we have mobile money at Tuska?
Yeah.
No government revenue bill.
No, the point is that you are not taxing mobile money. And it is, for me, my view and that we should not tax mobile money, because mobile money transactions, a lot of the people who are using these transactions are very poor people. Someone will get sent 5 CDs on mobile money. Why would you want to tax that?
But he could only keep quiet because he does not have the executive power. John Dramani Mahama was not happy with so many things, so many happenings under Professor Mills, but kept quiet. He came in. Professor Mills was because he had a mind of his own. He wanted to chart his own path. But people say that, oh, Dr. Mahama Bawumia so bad, he left your Akufo-Addo become the NO a traitor. How does that even? How is that the logic? In one breath, you call the guy a puppet of President Akufo-Addo. In another breath, the guy says that when I come in, I'm going to do my own thing, and now a traitor. But your mama buy and said, "Yeah, Professor Mills here no babe to us," and he charts his own path, and that is what makes you a leader. Professor Mills in the JJ Rollins and a vice president.